Hey, this is Dave from Unipro, and in this video, I'm going to show you how to create a successful Facebook group. And by successful, I simply mean three things. First, it's growing with new members every single day. Second, inside your Facebook group, there's lots of engagement. There's posts happening. There's lots of conversation. And third, and most importantly, it's profitable. Your Facebook group is driving sales. It's driving revenue for your business. I'll show you an example here. That's what I'm doing with my Facebook groups. Here's an example of one of my Facebook groups. This particular group has driven about $2 million in sales so far. And this is just one of my groups. And inside this video, I'm going to show you what it takes so that you can grow a profitable, a successful Facebook group just like this. So let's dive in. So maybe you run a Facebook group, or maybe you're thinking about starting one, but you've heard that Facebook groups are dead. Nobody's using Facebook groups anymore. And I want to show you that that's simply not true. Here's an example of one of my Facebook groups. This one's called Audience and Influence, and you can see that there's about 13,000 members inside this group. And when we take a look at the number of active members, you can see there's almost 7,000 active members. So about 50% of people who are a member of this group are actively engaged inside this group. And this is true across many groups and can certainly be the case for you. Maybe you've heard of other platforms that are popping up to try and steal group momentum from Facebook. I'll give you an example here. This is one that's gotten a lot of hype recently. It's called Skool. And when we take a look at Skool's traffic here, you'll see that over the last month, there's been 22 million people who have been to Skool. And here's another example. It's called Mighty Networks. This is another platform where communities can be built. And you can see this one gets monthly traffic of about 1.1 million visitors. And so you might think that's a lot. Between those two examples of other places where communities are being built, there's millions of people flocking there. But when we compare that to Facebook, where Facebook gets 3 billion monthly active users, there's no comparison. So it's clear from a traffic perspective, if you're looking to develop a Facebook group to get leads and drive sales, Facebook still has a place. But Facebook groups have become more competitive than ever. And so there's three things that you need to consider when developing your successful Facebook group. I want you to keep in mind that it's important that you have at least two. You need to be able to check off 2 out of the 3 in order for your Facebook group to be really profitable. So don't stress out if we go through one of these and you think, well, maybe my group doesn't have that. As long as you have 2 out of the 3, your Facebook group is going to do very, very well. So what are these 3 things that you need for a successful Facebook group? Well, the first is a somewhat unique niche, at least a somewhat unique niche. And I'm going to start by giving you a couple examples of what I would say are not at all unique niches. Let's take a look at one. This would be one for a business coach, perhaps. And this Facebook group here, it's called 7-Figure Mastermind. And that term 7-figure gets thrown around so much. There's no uniqueness to that. That doesn't elevate your Facebook group. It's going to be really hard to distinguish this 7-figure group from all the other 7-figure groups out there. Let me show you an example in the fitness industry. Here's one that's called Weight Loss Support Group for Men. So it's a weight loss group for men. Again, that's a very weak niche that's going to make it hard for this Facebook group to stand apart from others. Now I'm going to show you some examples of somewhat unique niches that make it way easier for Facebook groups to succeed. And this is one of my Facebook groups here. It's called Audience and Influence, New Ways to Gain Massive Engagement on Facebook. So this is specifically for online entrepreneurs who are using Facebook to get leads and grow their business. And is this the only group out there that talks about how to get leads from Facebook? Well, no, but it's still somewhat of a unique niche compared to a group that might be called Online Marketers or Place to Make Money Online. So there's somewhat of a uniqueness to this particular group that's going to help draw in members. Let me show you another example here. I'm going to go back to the health industry. This is interesting. It's called Morbid Obesity, Weight Loss, and Support. And we go down here and you look in the description of this group, they've done a really good job of making their group exclusive. There's something unique about it. Check this out. It says to be a member of this group, you must be 100 or more pounds overweight. So it's not just a generic weight loss group. There's a line drawn in the sand saying this group is special. This group has something unique to offer. And that's what you need for your group as well. If you want your group to grow, if you want your group to be successful, if you want it to be profitable, there has to be something unique about the way your group is positioned. You need a somewhat unique niche. That's number 1. Number 2, in order for your group to be successful, in order for it to grow, and in order for it to be profitable, you need to have helpful and somewhat unique content inside your group. Now, a mistake that a lot of group owners make is they take their content from their group and they post it on their personal profile. And the problem with this is it eliminates any need, any desire, any reason why people would want to join your group. All the same content is available publicly on your personal profile. So it's very important that you have somewhat unique content between your group and your personal profile. I'm going to show you an example here. I can go over to my personal profile, and as we scroll down here, take a look at the content. Here's a post talking about some new lead gen strategies on Facebook. Here's a reel that's talking about AI. Here's a post that's talking about conversion rates on Facebook. Here's another reel that's talking about using hashtags on Facebook. So you can see there's a lot of short form content on my profile that teases out the value I have to offer. Over inside my group, what do we see? When we scroll down the first post here, so this is an hour-long training talking about the pre-sales process, how to nurture new leads and get them onto sales calls. Let's scroll a little bit further. Here's an example of, again, longer form content talking about how to find Facebook groups where you can promote your business. Let's go down even further. Here's an example of a group member asking a question. And so you can see how the content created inside of a Facebook group needs to be very different from the type of content that you're posting on your personal profile. And when you do this correctly, this actually helps grow your Facebook group. Your helpful and unique content in your personal profile gives leads a taste of what you can offer them. And that drives them over to your Facebook group where they're going to join because they want more. That's why it's so important that you have helpful and somewhat unique content inside your Facebook group. Now, that's just one strategy to grow the membership inside your Facebook group. If you want a full plan that outlines exactly what we do to add thousands of members to all of our Facebook groups, I'll put a link in the description. Go check that out. Now, the last thing I want to mention when it comes to the content that goes inside your group, it's very important that your content isn't just a sales pitch. You can't build a group expecting members just to flock in and then you sell them something. No, if you have a group that's built like that, another group that actually provides value, that actually helps its members, they're going to eat your lunch. It's so important that your content provides real value so that when you do make a sales pitch, your group members are excited to take you up on that offer. Let me show you an example. Over here, again, in my group, Audience and Influence, here's just one example of the types of value pieces of content that we put inside the group. This says, program template, see inside a $100 million online coaching program, use it to strengthen your program. And this training was about an hour and a half long where we went through in detail all of the key elements that went into this ultra successful online coaching program so that our group members who are selling coaching programs or courses of their own, they could take these ideas, build them into their programs, and be more successful. That's an example of giving real value so that when we make a sales offer, our group members are willing to say yes. And that's exactly what your content can do as well. So we said that there are 3 requirements about having a successful and profitable Facebook group. The first is a somewhat unique niche. The second is helpful and somewhat unique content. And the third is a personality that people want to follow. And just think about this for a second. Some people naturally have a personality that others want to follow. You could probably think of some examples of business leaders that people just naturally want to follow. It could be TV personalities, maybe a sports coach or the captain of a sports team. And typically these people with a magnetic personality, they're really good at stirring up social media engagement. I'm going to give you an example here. Here I'm over on the profile of Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. He's got a magnetic personality, and so it's no wonder when we go down and take a look at his posts here, and he gets hundreds of comments, hundreds of shares, hundreds of likes. Everything that he puts out stirs up a ton of engagement. As you can imagine, if he started a Facebook group, it'd probably be very easy for him to get his group members highly engaged. Now I'm going to contrast that with another famous person here. Here's Kevin O'Leary, a famous business leader. When we go take a look at his social posts here, 5 likes, no comments, no shares. Here's another example. 5 likes, 2 comments. Kevin O'Leary and Dwayne Johnson have dramatically different personalities. So it's no surprise that one of them garners all sorts of engagement and attention on social media while the other doesn't. Now you might hear this and think, well, I'm not famous like either of those people, so is my personality actually going to help me develop a successful and profitable Facebook group? And the answer is yes, you definitely don't need to be famous in order to lead a very profitable Facebook group. You just need to exhibit certain characteristics that are going to help people want to follow you. Here's some examples of those characteristics: generosity, honesty, energy, fun-loving, humility, or maybe you're just someone who clearly cares for their group members. You care for people. It's these type of personality traits that attract engagement and really help a group become successful. So let's do a quick recap. In order to have a successful Facebook group, one that really drives profit, there are 3 requirements, and you just need 2 of them. First is a unique niche, something that allows your group to be set apart from all the other groups that are competing with you. Second is helpful and unique content. You give real value inside your group using content that people can't access anywhere else. And the third is a personality that people want to follow. You exhibit those characteristics that we just talked about. If you've got all 3, even better, but you need to be able to nail down 2 in order for your group to really grow, in order for it to be a highly engaged group, and in order for it to be a profitable group for your business. And so that's what I focus on when I'm building my new groups and turning them into profitable Facebook groups. But I do have a secret weapon, and that secret weapon is called Unipro. Unipro is an amazing tool that goes out on Facebook. It finds your ideal leads, it brings those leads over into your audience, it helps warm up those leads, it nurtures them, it makes them offers, and it helps you close sales faster. And if you never checked out Unipro before, you got to check it out. Go over to unipro.com. I know you're going to love it. Well, that's what I got for you in this video. If this video was helpful at all, give it a like. If you have any comments or questions about building successful, profitable groups on Facebook? Go ahead and leave those in the comments below. I'm happy to help out. And again, if you're building an online business and you're using Facebook, you really do need to check out Unipro. Go over to unipro.com. It's been a game changer for my online business. I know it will be for you as well. Thanks for checking out this video. Can't wait to see you in the next video.